Yo, Empires and Puzzles players, it's Russell! It's October 2021, and that means a new hero of the month. Let's talk about it. Alright, thanks to those of you who already support my channel. If you too would like to support this channel, go ahead and crush that like button below. That's the first thing you can do totally for free. The second thing you can do totally for free is use the link in the description of this video to download Gemstone Legends. It's a super cool game that's a lot like Empires and Puzzles, but they actually do a lot of things better, so you're going to want to check that out. But if you use my link, like don't just download it from the App Store, but use my link, you're going to get a bunch of free stuff, including an epic hero, a bunch of gold, gems, free summons. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. Strybog Games, who makes Gemstone Legends, was incredibly generous to my viewers. So you can help my channel out by doing that, and it doesn't cost you anything. In fact, you can do it while you're watching this video and listen to what I say while you're playing through the tutorial. All right, so for Empires and Puzzles, we have a new hero of the month clearly in October here, and that is Russell. So let's check Russell out. He is a 5-star red legendary hero, and he's of the wizard class here, which means that he's going to deal more damage if you put talents on him. So just keep that in the back of your mind. He has this passive here, mana on burn. So burn matters, not just with Russell, but when you pair him with other heroes that give burn. We'll talk about that in a little bit. This hero gains 5% mana each time an enemy receives burn damage. Also, there's another passive here, resist attack ailments. This hero has an innate resistance against status ailments that affect attack. All right, base stats, 795 attack, 739 defense, and 1322 health. This is actually for like a hero of the month or event hero, compared to ones they've been coming out with recently, kind of a glass cannon. So very high attack, especially if you start putting emblems on this hero, but not a lot of defensiveness, if you will. Like the defense stat and the HP stat are not, like, they're a little below average. They're not terrible, but they're a little below average. So you might want to use the emblems to beef that up a little bit to keep them alive longer, or if you're satisfied with a high attack stat, just beef the heck out of the attack stat and just go in. If you think you can be faster than the opponent, then go ahead and beef that attack stat up. The special is Surefire Combustion. Average speed, take note of that. So a level 23 mana troop does matter here, but remember that once you start putting burn on opponents, you gain mana. So each time an enemy receives burn damage, there are some very fast heroes out there that do burn damage. Remember that, okay? This special skill never misses its targets. Interesting, because there's a lot of heroes out there that cause accuracy issues, right? So that's a thing to take note of. He deals 350% damage to the target. That's not a lot, but his attack stat is high. The target nearby enemies receive 264 burn damage over 3 turns. That is a good bit, so that makes up for the direct damage. I've got to say, this much direct damage with that much burn damage is actually relatively good. And so this is kind of like an average speed Gravemaker that also deals more damage to one target. It sort of has a sniper feel, sort of has a Gravemaker feel to it. But it is average speed unless there's already flames on the opponent. Lastly, Elemental Link gives plus 10% increase for any healing received for all fire allies for 4 turns. This effect cannot be dispelled. The healing doesn't seem to really match up with the rest of what he's doing, which is interesting, but this is incentivizing you to basically stack him on an offensive team. He doesn't appear to me to be too much of a defensive hero. I think you're going to find more success with him on offense. But an example of where you might want to use him is like to bring along, I think, for example, only because I have experience with this hero, Emilio would be a good hero to bring along with Russell, because Emilio would put fire on everybody. And it's actually a little fire. Emilio would probably go off first, put a little fire on everybody. But that little burn is going to cause a relatively big mana increase. So do factor that in. Once that mana increase happens, that average speed speeds up pretty quickly. right? Especially if you have a level 23 or higher mana troop on this hero. So if you can get Emilio to go off first, Russell might go off even faster. And now you start a chain reaction because Emilio goes off and then Russell goes off. All right. And now you've got a bigger burn going and you have more mana being gained. And then Emilio can go off again with an even bigger fire for everybody and healing for everybody. And then Russell can go off again faster. And it creates this chain reaction, which is kind of cool. So now Emilio's like healing everybody. And now Russell on top of it is doing the elemental heal too. That should stack. Like that shouldn't just erase Emilio's. So I think Russell actually pairs really well with Emilio, and when they both speed up like that, it's excellent. And of course, other ways to do this are you could use Gravemaker. Now, I don't know that Russell and Gravemaker are the best pair, but they're not a bad pair. They're a good pair. Because, of course, if you have a level 11 mana troop or higher with Gravemaker, then you use Gravemaker first, and that's going to set Russell off a little bit faster. But, of course, Gravemaker only hits 3, not everybody like Emilio does. And so the mana gain is not going to be quite as much, but that's a lot of fire damage being dealt. What you could realistically do is fire a Gravemaker, then use Russell to basically kill off an enemy who's taken a lot of damage, usually like the tank or something like that. You should be able to, if you used Gravemaker first and done some tile damage, you should be able to kill the tank with Russell and then increase that burn damage and mana. Another way to do this is, pair them with a Marjana, if you need another sniper like that. Again, I'm kind of like going down the list of who you might want to use as far as tiers go. Marjana is not the best one to use with Russell, but still a good one because she'll put a little flame on an opponent that speeds up mana a little bit. And then Russell can come in and kind of take advantage of that a little too. So, you might be doing something like where you could, if you don't have Emilio, like use Marjana and Gravemaker and Russell, and then just time the flames. You could theoretically just be burning the opponent down the whole time. And Marjana would be good in a setup like that because she's mainly a sniper. You're mostly taking advantage of the big hits she can do. But then that little bit of flame is going to have synergy here as well. So just think about that. If you use Gravemaker and Marjana together, you can hit 4 heroes instead of just 3 or 1. All right, so where do I think he's going to be used? Well, like I said, mostly an offensive hero, probably in like wars or tournaments. I think that he'll be really good in the ones where healing's not allowed, even though that's part of his card here. It's not like a main part of his card. Who really cares about that part? I just think that a lot of the burn damage over time like that is really powerful when healing's not allowed, or resurrection's not allowed, but healing in particular, because it just keeps eating away at them, and there's nothing they can do about it. So that could be pretty good. Against a Titan, I mean, this clearly is not like a Titan type of hero. If you don't have many other red legendary heroes, then of course you're going to take him for the tile damage or anything, but it's not like there's any particular synergies here that are going to do much on a Titan. Very fast wars and things like that. I mean, I guess that would speed him up a little bit, but at that point you don't really need the synergy with like Gravemaker. I think that there's some use cases for him, but as you can tell as I'm talking about it, it's not wide ranging. I think he's just like a good, solid hero. He's probably going to complement some strategy that you're doing where if you have the synergies. You kind of need the synergies to take full advantage of him, though. So, he's built to work on his own. He's built to fire at average speed, and then maybe a little faster next time after he's already put some flames on an opponent. But he gets better when you have the synergies. So for that reason, because if you know my grading, you know that I reserve A's for the heroes that are going to be amazing everywhere, on defense, on offense, in wars and tournaments, no matter what the situation is, against Titans, in events and things like that. He is going to be good in most places, He's going to be very good in certain wars and tournaments and raids, not on defense. So since you're not going to be able to use him everywhere, but you will get some good use out of him, I'm going to give him a B-. And the B- comes because when you have a hero with good synergies that needs other heroes for the synergies, you have to have the other heroes too. I think higher grades for me go to heroes that can stand on their own, that just devastate an opponent without needing any other synergy from any other hero. B-level heroes are those that become very good or even excellent whenever they're paired with those other heroes or have a lot of potential. And this one does. This one does. But there are certainly a list of other red heroes you'd probably rather have. That does not mean that Russell's bad. Hear me. Russell is a good hero. If you get him, congratulations. He's good. He's going to be fun. Enjoy playing with him. Don't be disappointed. There's just a lot of heroes now, and we can't give them all A's. You know what I mean? So Russell gets a B-. But you just wait. The next couple of heroes of the month, they're going to be something. All right. If you haven't already, please consider liking, subscribing, hitting that bell notification so you know when I drop new videos or go live, and I will catch you in the next one.